Rick Ness, a name synonymous with adventure and resilience, has captivated audiences as one of the central figures on Discovery Channel's Gold Rush. Known for his tough exterior and unmatched mining expertise, Rick's story is one of determination, triumph, and perseverance. His path, however, didn't start in the mines. It began on the football field, where he first honed his competitive spirit. From there, Rick transitioned into music, carving a space for himself as a talented musician before finally making the leap into the high-stakes world of gold mining. Each phase of his life tells a unique story of ambition and reinvention. Yet, behind Rick's larger-than-life persona lies a man who has weathered tremendous personal tragedies that have deeply shaped his journey. These heart-wrenching events, often overshadowed by his public success, reveal the emotional and mental toll that his career and personal life have taken on him. As we explore the darker chapters of his life, this video takes you beyond the glitz and glamour of Gold Rush, offering a raw and emotional look at the trials he's faced and how they've influenced the man we know today. Through his struggles and the crushing losses, Rick has managed to continue pushing forward, showing an incredible level of strength and resilience. But what has this journey really cost him, and how has it shaped his outlook on life, career, and the people around him? This in-depth exploration will not only reveal the man behind the miner, but also uncover the powerful personal story that has shaped his legacy. Don't miss out on discovering the untold story of Rick Ness, the man who's much more than a miner. In 2018, Rick's life took an unexpected and heart-wrenching turn when his mother was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 55. The news hit him hard, and in a moment of profound love and responsibility, Rick made the difficult decision to leave behind his own life and return to his hometown in Wisconsin. He dedicated himself to caring for her, a testament to the deep, unbreakable bond they shared. As he spent more time by her side, he found himself grappling with the emotional weight of her illness, though it also gave him a rare opportunity to connect with her in ways he had never experienced before. Unfortunately, despite their best efforts, his mother passed away, leaving a profound void in Rick's heart. Her death sent him spiraling into a period of intense emotional struggle, marked by feelings of deep sorrow and depression. It wasn't just the grief of losing a loved one, but the weight of being unable to change the inevitable. For months, Rick faced the daily battle of trying to cope with an overwhelming sense of loss, unable to pinpoint the exact cause of his emotional turmoil. This period of darkness was all-encompassing, leaving him questioning his place in the world and the direction his life would take. Rick, known for his stoic nature, bravely opened up about his inner battles during Season 13 of Gold Rush. In an unprecedented moment of vulnerability, he candidly acknowledged the emotional struggles he faced, admitting how difficult it was to identify the root cause of his depression. His honesty in front of the cameras resonated with many, offering a rare glimpse into the personal struggles that many people go through in silence. The loss of his mother became a pivotal moment in Rick's life, one that not only shaped his emotional journey but also marked a significant turning point in both his personal life and his career. This period of hardship ultimately pushed him to reevaluate his goals, his priorities, and the man he wanted to become in the years ahead. After the heartbreaking loss of his mother, Rick found himself confronting overwhelming mental health challenges that would forever alter his life. The weight of grief, coupled with the pressures of his demanding career, triggered an intense internal struggle. During Season 13 of Gold Rush, Rick courageously opened up about his battles with depression, shedding light on an issue that had long been hidden beneath the surface. He shared how difficult it was to pinpoint the exact cause of his emotional turmoil, a feeling that seemed to rise out of nowhere, yet consumed him entirely. This period of profound personal difficulty marked a pivotal turning point, not only in Rick's personal life but also in his career. For the first time, he acknowledged the overwhelming weight of the emotions he had long suppressed, admitting that he hadn't even recognized the signs of depression early on. Initially, he mistook his struggles for something less serious, but the stigma surrounding mental health in the mining community prevented him from seeking help sooner. The tough, no-nonsense culture of the mining world, where vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, made it even harder for Rick to come to terms with what he was experiencing. However, in a remarkable show of strength, Rick chose not to let his mental health issues define him. Instead of retreating into isolation, he decided to confront his struggles head-on. Seeking professional help, he took the crucial steps toward understanding and managing his mental health. It wasn't an easy path. There were moments of doubt and frustration, but Rick's determination to rise above the darkness was unwavering. Through this journey, he not only found the courage to address his personal battles, but also began advocating for the importance of mental health awareness in a community that often overlooks it. His story serves as a powerful reminder that even in the toughest of environments, it's okay to be vulnerable, seek support, and face one's challenges with resilience and hope. Amidst the profound personal challenges that Rick faced, one of the most significant and heart-wrenching struggles was his battle with substance abuse. According to multiple reports, Rick found himself deeply entangled in the grips of drug addiction, a battle that seemed to consume him at times, and added yet another layer of complexity to his already tumultuous and unpredictable life. The addiction was not something he could easily escape. It was an ever-present shadow that loomed over his every effort to regain control of his life. As he fought to rebuild his mining operations, hoping to restore the success he once knew, the weight of his addiction made it nearly impossible to focus fully on the monumental task at hand. This struggle affected nearly every facet of his life, leaving him constantly battling inner demons that seemed to pull him in every direction. This dark chapter of his life was not hidden or glossed over. Instead, it was openly documented and shared with the world through the show, offering an unvarnished and raw portrayal of just how overwhelming addiction can be. Viewers were given an intimate look at the toll it took on Rick's emotional and mental well-being, while also witnessing the difficult and painful reality of someone fighting against themselves to overcome something that was destroying them. It wasn't just Rick's personal life that was on the line. It was his career, his livelihood, and his passion for mining. His addiction didn't exist in a vacuum. It was intertwined with every part of his existence, exacerbating the challenges he faced in both his personal and professional life. As he worked tirelessly to reclaim his mining legacy, Rick's addiction created obstacles that no amount of skill or determination could easily overcome. The setbacks he experienced in his career were often directly tied to the effects of his substance abuse. Whether it was missed opportunities, poor decision-making, or strained relationships with colleagues, the addiction was a constant hindrance. It became clear that each time he took a step forward, he was often dragged 2 steps back by the deep, overwhelming grip of addiction. Despite these setbacks, Rick's commitment to his mining operations never wavered, showing a level of resilience and determination that was admirable. It was a testament to his strength of character that he kept pushing forward, even when it seemed like the odds were stacked against him. Rick's story was not just about mining, it was about overcoming personal demons and learning to navigate the rough terrain of addiction while simultaneously trying to rebuild his professional empire. His journey was a reminder of the powerful and often destructive impact that addiction can have, not only on the individual, but on their relationships, careers, and even their identity. But it was also a story of immense perseverance, and a testament to the idea that no matter how many times life knocks you down, there is always the possibility of rising again. The complexities of his battle, both personal and professional, added depth to his character, leaving viewers to wonder just how far he could go and whether he could ultimately overcome the chains of addiction and reclaim his life, his work, and his dreams. Rick's mining ventures faced an unexpected and severe financial downturn that threatened to derail everything he had worked for. The situation became so dire that, at one point, he found himself on the verge of bankruptcy, with debts piling up and no clear path forward. The pressure was overwhelming as he struggled to keep his operations running, desperately trying to secure enough capital to pay off creditors and maintain his workforce. The weight of the challenges seemed insurmountable, but it was during this tumultuous time that Rick's true character began to shine through. Rather than succumbing to the immense pressure, he dug deep, tapping into his well of resilience and determination. It wasn't just about survival. Rick was determined to not only survive, but to thrive again. He explored unconventional avenues for financing, sought out cutting-edge technology to streamline operations. The journey was fraught with setbacks and difficult decisions, but Rick's unwavering commitment to his mining pursuits, combined with his ability to adapt and innovate, eventually started to pay off. Slowly but surely, he began to rebuild, learning from each failure and using those lessons to fuel his comeback. His story became one of perseverance, ingenuity, and a relentless drive to turn the tide in his favor, proving that even in the face of the harshest adversity, success can be achieved. What will Rick's next move be? His resilience has only just begun to unfold. In a truly heart-wrenching twist, Rick's close friend and loyal crew member Brian Z. Zaremba found himself grappling with a personal crisis that no one could have anticipated. At just 33 years old, Z's wife, Chelsea, was diagnosed with not one, but two forms of cancer. The news was not only devastating for the couple, but also sent shockwaves through their tight-knit community. As if the weight of her diagnosis wasn't heavy enough, Chelsea, displaying immense strength in the face of her own battle, encouraged Z to continue supporting Rick, despite the emotional and physical toll it was taking on him. Chelsea's words of encouragement underscored something deeper, an unshakable bond of friendship and mutual support within the mining community, where personal and professional lives often intertwine. In the midst of her own fight, she understood the importance of standing by those you care about, even when facing overwhelming challenges. For Z, the struggle to balance his devotion to Rick and his own family became an emotional tightrope, amplifying the strain that Rick was already enduring in his own journey. This poignant chapter in their story revealed not only the resilience of the human spirit, but also the undeniable power of friendship, loyalty, and unwavering support in times of crisis. As the situation unfolded, it became clear that the strength of these bonds was crucial not only for survival, but for navigating the darkest of times. The emotional weight on Z's shoulders was immense, yet his commitment to Rick, along with the love and courage Chelsea exhibited, served as a reminder of the unspoken power of friendship in the face of unimaginable hardship. Rick had always harbored a deep passion for mining, and the Duncan Creek claim was the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit of his dream. It wasn't just a piece of land, it was his ticket to success, the realization of a vision that had been brewing in his mind for years. The land was rich in potential, and Rick had poured his heart and soul into acquiring it, carefully mapping out every step of his plan to transform it into a thriving mining operation. But everything changed when he received the fateful call from Troy Taylor, the landowner. The news was nothing short of devastating. The water license, which was absolutely vital for the operation to proceed, had been denied. Rick's heart sank as the weight of the words sunk in. This was more than just a bureaucratic hurdle. It was a serious blow to everything he had worked for. The water license wasn't a mere formality. Without it, Rick's mining plans could not move forward. All his careful calculations, his years of painstaking effort, and the considerable investments he had made were now hanging by a thread. The sense of uncertainty that settled in his chest was overwhelming, and for the first time in years, Rick felt as if the dream he had been chasing was slipping through his fingers. This setback felt like an insurmountable mountain. The approval for the water license was crucial, and with it being withheld, Rick found himself at a crossroads. His investments, both financial and emotional, seemed to be teetering on the edge of collapse. He had always been a man who thrived on challenges, but this felt different. This wasn't just a minor complication. This was the very foundation of his dream being questioned, and it shook him to his core. As he mulled over his options, Rick couldn't help but wonder how long he could endure this waiting game. The land he had fought so hard to secure, the resources he had put into getting to this point, and the hopes he had built around it all now seemed to hang in the balance. The uncertainty of the situation gnawed at him constantly, a reminder of how quickly things could fall apart despite all his efforts. His mind raced with the harsh reality that the path forward might not be as clear as it once seemed. It wasn't just a matter of paperwork or red tape anymore. It was a test of Rick's resolve, his ability to hold on when everything seemed to be crumbling. Could he find a way to turn the situation around? Would he be able to secure the necessary approvals, or was this setback the beginning of the end for his mining dreams? The land, once full of promise and opportunity, now felt like a reminder of how fragile his aspirations were in the face of forces beyond his control. And yet, somewhere deep inside, Rick knew that if he was to see this through, he would need to summon every ounce of resilience and determination he had left. The dream of Duncan Creek had always been more than just a business venture, it was his legacy. Would he fight to keep it alive, or would this obstacle prove to be the end of the road? In Season 13 of Gold Rush, Rick Ness made a bold and transformative decision that would change the course of his journey. Faced with mounting pressures from both the relentless demands of mining and the personal toll it had taken on his mental and emotional well-being, Rick chose to step away from the mining operation. This wasn't just a break from the action, it was a conscious choice to focus on himself. A decision fueled by the recognition that mental health is just as critical as physical strength in the pursuit of success. During his hiatus, Rick embraced a period of deep introspection. He took the necessary time to address the personal challenges that had been silently weighing on him, seeking professional help and immersing himself in self-care practices. This period of reflection allowed Rick to step back and heal, both emotionally and psychologically, from the strain his mining career had put on him over the years. It was a decision that highlighted the often overlooked reality that even the toughest individuals need time to recharge and prioritize their mental health. Rick's decision was not one made lightly. It required courage and vulnerability to acknowledge that his well-being came first. His choice was a reminder that, despite the adrenaline-fueled life of a gold miner, the pressures of fame, work, and personal struggles can take a heavy toll. By prioritizing his health, Rick set an example of self-awareness, showing the importance of recognizing when it's time to step back and seek support. His story speaks to the larger conversation about the significance of mental health, self-care, and the power of reflection, making it clear that true strength lies in knowing when to take a step back to heal. Rick's return in Season 14 was met with immense anticipation, capturing the hearts of fans and fellow miners alike. After enduring a significant setback, Rick faced the daunting and monumental task of rebuilding his mining operations from the ground up. The stakes were higher than ever as he worked tirelessly to restore his reputation and his business. It was not just a challenge of resources, but of resilience, a test of his unwavering determination to overcome the harshest obstacles. As the season unfolded, viewers witnessed Rick's extraordinary journey, marked by countless hurdles that would have stopped most in their tracks. Yet, with each setback, he proved that his resolve was unbreakable. His resourcefulness and grit shone through as he faced new competitors, unpredictable weather, and the ever-present uncertainty of mining for gold in treacherous conditions. Every decision he made was crucial, and with each step, he built not only his operation, but also his reputation as a man who wouldn't back down, no matter the odds. Rick's comeback story was far more than just a professional revival. It was a deeply personal triumph that resonated with anyone who has ever faced adversity. His journey symbolized strength, perseverance, and an undying spirit to keep pushing forward, even when the world seemed determined to hold him back. For many, his return was a reminder that no matter how steep the climb, with determination and hard work, it's possible to rise again and conquer the impossible. Despite enduring a series of deeply personal tragedies and facing challenges that would leave many feeling defeated, Rick Ness has continued to press forward with unwavering determination. His journey is not just a quest for gold, but an ongoing battle for personal redemption and healing. For Rick, the mines are more than just a place to extract precious metals. They represent a space where he confronts his inner turmoil, slowly digging his way toward a future filled with hope and recovery. The resilience he displays despite the heavy weight of his past is nothing short of extraordinary. In a world that often feels unforgiving, Rick shows that no matter how far we fall, there is always the possibility of rising again. Through every setback, loss, and hardship, Rick has demonstrated an unyielding commitment to perseverance. His story is not just about the pursuit of wealth, it's about the pursuit of something much deeper, personal strength. With each day he spends in the gold mines, Rick faces both the physical challenges of the work and the emotional scars that continue to shape his path. His story is a powerful illustration of the complexity of human resilience, showing that strength is not just measured by physical endurance, but by the ability to confront past pain and forge a new future.